Hello, my loves. Welcome to the practice of becoming present together. And whether this togetherness means current live time or personal recorded time, make no mistake, we are always practicing together because we are together. Today, as you can see, I'll be using a chair for our journey. The chair provides an enormous amount of support and therefore giving a greater amount of release, particularly to the hips, hamstrings, and lower back. So we will actually be deepening our practice by doing a seated chair version. And grab a sturdy chair. I assume you have one, being that you are in your home. Preferably a chair without arms. And if you have a mat, place the chair on the mat to avoid any kind of sliding. If you're practicing at office, make sure you lock the wheels of your office chair. As always, regardless of the type of practice that we're doing in the physical form, the practice is always the same internally, which is focus on the breath. So in a few moments, we will be activating pranayama, ujjayi pranayama, and you'll be using that as your greatest guide and your greatest teacher. It's going to tell you, it's going to show you, it's going to indicate how deep you can go in the moment, when you need to back off, when you can go further. So you're waiting for the permission of your breath to descend more deeply into the physical journey. So between the chair and the breath, we're basically talking about a very humbling practice, a very humbling practice. Namaste. And come to heavy your hips down into the front portion of your chair, planting your feet wholly and firmly to rest atop the earth, softening through the balls of your feet as you heavy into the base of your tailbone. Take a moment to feel the support underneath you, acknowledging the chair is holding you, which means we collectively do not need to hold ourselves quite so tightly. As we begin to trust into the support of the chair, drop into it more deeply, unholding your first layer of tension. Sensing the hips unraveling, the thighs untangling, the creases of the knees unclenching. Taking this very simple, deep seat of physical body awareness with great patience and deep humility. Slowly elevate the waist without losing the descension or the unraveling of the hips and legs. Feet are still securely rooted into the earth bed as the crown of the head begins to lightly ascend toward the sky above, with a slight tuck of the chin to open the back of the neck. Let the eyelids fall heavily over the eyeballs, releasing through the under eye, cheekbone, and jaw. De-scrunching through the brow, hairline, and scalp. Shift the gaze in to rest just above the bridge of the nose. When you get there, No rush in your process. Begin to see your breath inside your body with your third eye awareness. Notice the texture of it, the movement of it, the pace. Notice the stride and the velocity. Without judgment, just simply notice the quality of your breath. And then ask of the self that we collectively might continue to do so, that we might continue to notice the quality of our breath. And folding the hands together at the center of the heart, this beautiful gesture of humility, but also togetherness, all of us humbly coming together to practice being present, to practice being in this physical form, here and now. And let's breathe in. Let's drop our heads toward our hearts, letting the bigness of the heart hold the humility of the head. And cultivating a state of oneness between the two, finding the moment of yoga, the union. And this is what we're working with, this is what we're working toward together. Keeping the head slightly tucked into the generosity of the heart, just simply heavy the hands down atop the thighs and release the shoulders. And then take a gentle body scan. With great patience and kindness, notice where you might be clenching or holding, and once again relinquish into the seat of the chair. Sense the body dropping. Sense the awareness dropping. And then from that seat of internal awareness, slowly crawl the head up, acquiring a state of internal balance. Take a slight drop of the chin, resting the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth and just behind the front upper teeth. Empty the breath from the underbelly. And slowly breathe in. Gently retain in. Gradually breathe out. And breathe in. Retain. Breathe out. And breathe in. Retain. And breathe out. And breathe in. Retain. And breathe out. And turn the palms up with the knuckles down. Inhale. Directly through the back of the throat. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And float the eyes open, flow the arms outward, upward. Inhale. Press the palms down the midline of the body. Exhale. Slowly flow them upward, breathing in. Slowly press them downward, breathe out. Continue, breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And drip drop your arms alongside you, heavying through your shoulders. Curl the toes up, lift them off the mat. Inhale. Spread them widely and descend them down. Exhale. Lift the toes up. Inhale. Spread them and descend them. Exhale. Work through the bones of the feet. Inhale up. Spread and descend. Exhale down. Again, breathe in. And breathe out. And final round, lifting toes. Spreading and descending. Exhale. And push into the balls of the feet. Lift the heels. Inhale. Descend them slow. Exhale. Try not to lean back. Lift the heels nice and slow. Inhale. Descend them. Exhale. Working through the ankle joints. Again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the heels. Inhale. Remain here. Ignite the core as you exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stay for the inhale. Slowly lower the heels without leaning back. Exhale. Put weight into your left foot. Curl your right toes. Lift your right knee. Use the inhale. Grab hold of the knee. Maybe it hikes up further. Try not to lean back. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Move your right ankle to your left thigh. Fall your right knee to the right side. Release the flesh of your right hip. Descend your arms. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Knee comes up. Inhale. And foot descends under hip. Exhale. And elevate the left without leaning back. And grab hold of the knee. Hike it up gently. Ease up on shoulders. Melt ribs in. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And quarter turn the knee. Rest the ankle and descend through the hip. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Knee comes up. Foot goes down. Widen your feet about shoulder distance apart, knees in line with the shoulders, bum is on the front edge of your seat, and feet are deeply rooted into the earth. Inhale, lift the waist. Exhale, tuck the chin and roll down. And push through the feet, tuck and roll up. Inhale. And tuck and roll down. Exhale. Continue inhaling up and exhaling down. Working through the spine on the flow of the breath. One more. As you tuck and roll down, keep your seat on the front edge of your chair. Descend into your feet and have your head down. Breathe in through your nose, out through the mouth. Again. One more. Push into the feet, come up about halfway. Inhale. Press your hands into your thighs. Exhale. Chest slides forward like cat-cow. Inhale. Navel pulls backward. Exhale. Again, through the chest. Inhale. Through the navel. Exhale. Legs stay sturdy and released as the upper body flows on the waves of the breath. So you really want to try to unclench your bum and spread through your feet. Let the breath flow through the waist and spine. Try to use all of it. The entire duration of the in and the complete time of the out. A few more. Final round. Neutralize, stacking the shoulders atop the hips, and then reroot through the feet and resettle into the bum. Descend the lower half down. Lighten the upper half as we lightly toss the waist from side to side on the waves of the breath. Softening through the gut, diaphragm, solar plexus, thoracic spine, basically the midsection. Let the breath loosen the holdings, untangle the gnarls, and flow internally. Rest the hands and roll the waist, massaging deeply through the inner body, dissolving all form of judgment, and just simply feeling the breath moving through the body. Perhaps with a greater sense of ease as the seat is so deeply supported into the chair. Reverse the rotation. So rather than working harder, work smarter, right? Disengage a bit so you can flow a bit, right? We don't need the grip of our muscles. We're just used to them. We don't need to hold on. We're just accustomed to it. Come back to center. Shoulders roll forward and up. Breathe in. Big circle back and down. Breathe out. Swoop-de-doo. Forward up. Inhale. Back and down. Exhale. Keep going. Go nice and slow to caress the entire shoulder circuit and socket. Circling, cycling the breath through. One more. And walk the feet under the hips, realign, so spread through the feet, settle them, and realign into the bum cheeks. Right arm goes up, breathe in. To the left ear, tip the head to the right, breathe out. Left arm up, lift head, inhale. Hand to right ear, tip left, exhale. Continue altering, inhale up. Exhale, tip to one side. Inhale up. Exhale, drop to the other side. As we continue, thread the breath through the body, loosening the holdings. So as a gentle reminder, everything I do, everything I offer, it is not planned. It's completely intuitive based. It is not learned from anyone else, copied or taken from anyone else, or scripted. It is us together in the moment. Right arm goes up, no rush, breathe in. Tip the head to the right side, heavy through your right hand, drop through your left shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. So some time here to unravel the muscles along the left side of the neck, including the vagus nerve here. So we're really softening through the tissue, the fascia, which is like underneath the muscle. A few more moments. Every time you notice you're holding on, just realize it's a habit. And in this moment in time, you could elect, you could choose not to. One more breath, right? It's always a choice. Up nice and slow, left arm lifts. As the head tips heavily to the left side, the left hand gives it some weight assistance, and then the right shoulder counter drops. Now remember, this is a very humble practice, so it's about bringing it into the most simple form as possible. And then dissolving the ego, which is, the layers on top. The ego is just the outer layer, really. It's not the deep, internal, subtle body, right? It lives on the surface. So we let that go. And we settle in deeply internally through the breath, unraveling the layers, untangling the holds. One more breath. Up nice and slow. Release the arm down. Reroot to the feet. Resettle to the bum. Left arm lifts. Inhale. Lean to your right. Exhale. Slow to come up. Inhale. Twist to your right. Hand to right thigh. Exhale. Same side. Left arm up. Square off. Inhale. Leaning right. Exhale. Sequence repeats. Inhale up. Twisting right as we exhale. Same side. Left arm up. Breathe in. Again, we lean to the right, breathe out. Slow on the way up, breathe in. Rotating right, breathe out. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the left arm, inhale. As we lean to the right, we're going to have both of the hips sink into both of the feet and remain here. Breathe in. So what we want to really do is drop that left hip down. Breathe out. Sometimes it's nice, walk your right hand over to your left hip to help it does ascend down. So we're stretching deeply into the fascia of the lower hip here. The fascia lives under the muscle. Deep, steady breathing. Only go as far as you can go. Your breath will tell you what that place is today. One more. Up nice and slow, inhale, twist to the right side. Continue to drop our awareness into our hips. So even though this is a spinal twist, let's bring attention into the lower hips and the lower back. Sink them down. Breathe in. And breathe out. So no matter how zealous or eager we are to gain from our practice, we have to be willing to drop into the breath wisdom. And that'll tell you how far to go right now. Where's that spot where you feel the most but can breathe the most? One more. Square off, elevate the right arm, breathe in. Lean left, breathe out. Slow to come up, breathe in. Rotate left, breathe out. Sequence repeats, same side, right arm. Lean left on your exhale. Slow to come up, inhale. Turning left, exhale. Again, inhale. Thread the breath through, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Square off, right arm high, breathe in. As we lean to the left side, let's bring our attention to the right hip. Let it descend down as we take root into the seat of the chair and the support of the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you have some visual to my screen, feel free to take a peek and look at the beautiful light flooding the altar right now. Thank you, sunshine. One more. Slow on your way up, inhale, belly draws in. As we twist to the left, we're gonna try to disengage the bum cheeks and really breathe into the back of the lower left hip. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Square off. Release the arms. One of my favorite things to do. Plop the feet and rise yourself up. Inhale. Sit back, but take your time to find the bum into the chair, just like chair pose. Exhale. Push up to stand. Inhale. And pull those hips back so you're passing through your chair as your bum goes down. I think I like it just because it makes noise. Try to pull those hips way back as you go to sit. A few more. You should feel heat in your inner hips and an activation through the top of your thighs, blood flushing through them. One more. Press yourself up to stand. Bounce the blood. Soften the backs of the knees, soften the tops of the thighs, unclench the bum. Bounce the blood. Anybody practicing in live time with me in the here and the now, whether you're East Coast or West Coast, you might want to bounce with a little bit more intensity as it's still early in the day, using it as part of your wake up. Anybody practicing through the recorded version or in Europe, of course, do what you need to do. Let it be more passive if it's evening for you right now. Unclench, bounce the blood. Now feel the response of the bounce of the blood. Let it massage the muscles. Let it lubricate the joints. Let it deepen your circulation. So we reside in this bounce of the blood very humbly for a substantial amount of time, right? It takes great humility and deep compassion and patience to do something for a long period of time. But let's notice that as we stay with it, there's an internal response. There's a waking happening. And maybe it is from that internal waking that there's an external shedding. Maybe you don't need to grip up. Maybe you're just accustomed to it. And start to settle in, rooting through your feet. And sense your blood moving through your whole body as you unhold it, right? So you're not gripping your muscles. Slowly, use your breath and walk yourself around towards your chair. I'm going to turn my chair just for visuals, but if you have mat space, you don't even need to. You're facing the back of your chair. You're facing the back of your chair. Once you get there, feet are as wide as the hips. Hands are resting on the back rung of your chair. Inhale slowly, walk your feet back. Exhale, tabletop your spine, draw your ribs in. Walk yourself toward your chair, inhale. Remain upright, exhale. Walk back, breathe in. Tabletop the spine, breathe out. Walk up, breathe in. Settle toward your mountain, breathe out. Continue, inhale to move back. Exhale, lengthen waist. Inhale, walk in, use the whole breath. And exhale here. One more, nice and slow, breathe in. The slower we move, the stronger we become, breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. The slower we move, the more aware we become. Walk back, breathe in. Tabletop the spine, and feet are as wide as the hips, knees are bent, root to the big toes. Elongate the waist and take the fronts of the ribs in. Breathe in. And breathe out. 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 Slowly walk yourself up. Come about halfway forward, so there's a little space between your feet and the back of the chair. Once you get there, bend your right knee and press your right foot on the chair. And then I like to scooch back so that I get a nice stretch in my back leg and my interior hip. You're going to lightly pulse as if you were in lunge pose. So it might take you a few moments to figure out your leg stance or how high you should go. I'm going to take it up higher just because I happen to have that kind of flexibility, because I'm not feeling anything that low. But if you're feeling it on that lower rung, right, it's not about the ego, right? It's about that humble journey inward. We want to feel a little heat in the inner hip and a little opening in that long grounded leg, the front of it. Pulse, bounce the blood. Bounce the blood. It's been so fun to explore options with the chair assistance on how we might open. Ooh, once again, if you have a nice shot of the screen, have a look at our beautiful altar as it glows in sunlight. When you're ready, think of this as lunge in the air. Lightly press your pelvis toward the chair. Gently pull the top of your front long leg, the one that's on the ground, pull that slightly backward, very slight. Breathe in. Breathe out. So we stay long enough that we start to disengage the wrapping, the tangle of the hip. Feeling it soften and descend down. A few more moments. One more breath. Use the support of your chair to lower your right foot down close to the back of the chair. Keep grabbing it as you bend your left leg and grab hold of your left foot with your left hand. Left foot with left hand. Once you do so, see if you can release the left knee straight down, best you can here. So typically when we lift our foot, the knee kind of cocks out to the side. See if you can descend the knee down. Use the assistance of the chair to help you release both of the hips in a downward drop. One more breath. Slowly lower, use your chair. Walk yourself about halfway back. Bend the left foot, rest it on the low rung, scooch back through the right, and pulse in. Bouncing the blood through the long back leg, the fat of that calf, and the interior hip of your bent leg. Bounce the blood. Remember, tip of tongue rests on roof of mouth. Breath goes in the nose and out the throat. And as we create this deep circulation, as we let go of some of the tangle, some of the tautness, right, we're paving the way for the body to be more open. And when the body opens, the mind opens, right? They work together. When the mind opens, our consciousness expands, and we start to realize we are all together, we are all one. Press your pelvis in. Open up the top of your long leg and find the warmth in your inner hip, just as if we were in lunge pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly lower, walk the left foot close to the back of the chair. Pick up your right foot, grab hold of it. One hand manages the chair for balance sake, and the other one pulls the heel lightly close to the bum cheek. Trying to move your right kneecap down, opening up the top of the right thigh. So we're about to enter a full moon. If you have a lot of balance issues today, be kind to yourself. It's perfectly natural. Could also be from too many, what's that drink? Ben and Jerry's, Tom and Jerry's. Local folk. One more. Lower slow. Return to the seat of your chair. Use your breath. Use your breath. Flow your way into it. Once you arrive, widen your stance as if we were in Prasarita, expanded leg pose. Once your legs are wider, once your feet are wider than your shoulders, turn your toes slightly in. I'm on the front edge of my seat, deeply rooting through my big toes with an inner spiral. Arms flow up, breathe in. You decide halfway or all the way down, breathe out. Keep your seat on the bum, push into your feet. Inhale, rise. Exhale, dive halfway or all the way. Base it on the quality of your breath. Inhale up and exhale down. Again, inhale. Exhale. Final round. You decide, rest at the halfway point, maybe forearms to thighs, big toes rooted, hips pulling back into the seat, or descend all the way down, big toes rooted, hips pulling back into your chair. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push to the feet. Rise slow. Inhale. 10 toes turn out for temple pose. So it's a quarter turn of the toes. Lift the heels. Inhale. Lower them. Exhale. Again. Inhale. Exhale. A few more sequences just to warm those inner hips as you raise the heels. And final round. Settle the feet down. Find the bum at the front edge of the chair. Flow the arms up. Inhale. Now you have an option. You can just press your palms down and stay here. You got to really feel what's going on in your hips and your lower back. What do the wrappings feel like? Can you go deeper? Next phase, lifting the heels. Try to soften the tissue. Next phase, tip forward. Next phase, drop downward. So you decide how far to go today. Not based on ego, but based on breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Push to the feet. Now everybody come up nice and slow. Heel toe the feet under the hips. And draw the right knee up. Inhale. Quarter turn, rest your ankle on your thigh. And this time, a little bounce of the interior hip to soften the outer wrapping of the hip. Some of us are going to stay here. External rotation in the right thigh, softening in the interior. Settle to the bum cheeks. Anyone that wants to go further, you can engage the leg. Try to make the shin parallel across the chest and try not to lean back. Breathe in. Breathe out. 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 Slowly extend the right leg out long in front of you. Curl the toes up and rest the heel down. And situate your bum once again on the front edge of your seat, disengaging through the glute flesh. Lift the waist, inhale. Lengthen the waist as it moves forward. Maybe grab the back edge of your seat for counterbalance. So energy is moving backward and forward at the same time. Inhale, come up slow. Less about going down and more about going out with the chest and back with the hips. Again, inhale up. And chest tips forward, hips pull backward. Again, inhale. So you feel this hinge at the waist. Exhale, the pelvis pulls back. Final round, inhale. Pull the pelvis and the tailbone back, chest comes forward, hold and breathe. If you can go further, walk your hands to the ground, but keep your spine nice and long. Breathe in. And breathe out. And 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 breathe in. And breathe out. Slow to come up. And return the right foot under the hip. Elevate the left. Ankle to thigh. And then a little bouncing of the wing, the butterfly wing of your left hip. A little lubrication through the interior, a little softening through the exterior. And then you settle in here, dropping, descending, softening. Or any intensifications come from the wisdom guide of the breath. Breathing from feet to face. So we're looking for how deep we can make the flow of breath. And that in turn will create the depth in the position. So we don't have to work the pose, right? I think earlier I said let's work smarter rather than harder. We don't have to work our bodies in to positions that they don't naturally feel comfortable being in. We're very modestly working the wisdom guide of the breath into whatever it is that we can do with the body, whatever it is that we can do with the body, until there's a unification. One more. We extend the left leg long in front of us. We curl the toes up and we gently rest the heel, the back heel of the foot down. Inhale, lengthen the waist. Remember, counterbalance, move wisely, hips pull back as chest comes forward, up nice and slow. Inhale. This is going to help you manage your left hamstring. Exhale, so we're not dumping into it. Inhale, come up. Find the length in your waist as you tip forward on the exhale. A few more times. You'll feel a hinge at your waist, a hinge at your lower back. And it's like, oiling the hinge, lubricating it, right? The ability to bend it. When you're ready, tip the waist forward, pull the hips back. Maybe grab the back of the seat of the chair, maybe touch your hands down. Just try to keep the length in your waist. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. And 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 breathe out. Slow on the way up. Inhale. And walk the ankle bones together. Resituate the bum on the seat of the chair. And spread through the toes. Left arm up. Inhale. A long lean to the right side. Now we really want to sink into both of the hips and both of the feet. Now, if anybody feels like they could go deeper without kind of going splat on the ground, see if you can grab some portion of your chair. The lower the better. Take the lean deeper without moving your knees. And then if you can, pick up your left foot and go a little deeper. If this is too much, just don't do it, right? You just keep your feet down. No big deal. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So we're deep in the fascia, the wrapping underneath the muscle of the left hip and the left waist. One more. Come up slow, left arm to the sky, breathe in, that foot roots, knees together. Exhale, twist to the right side without moving your knees or your hips. So it's just from the navel to the chest. Breathe in. Release those hips. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. And 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 square off. Release the arms. Keep the knees together. Feet rooted. Inhale up through the right arm. Exhale, lean to the left. Try not to move the knees. Root through the feet. And drop the bum. If you're going a little further, let your breath guide you into the intensification with a slight rise of the right foot. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Feet root, lift the waist, breathe in. Pull the belly in, try to disengage the inner hips as you twist lightly to the left side. Knees point forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Square off. Release the arms. So if you're jonesing for Shavasana, you can certainly recline onto your back, and if anybody's familiar, you can swing your legs onto the seat of your chair. This will help release your lower back. Or we can just simply sit together in a brief seated meditation. Now, if back is the issue, if the back gets fatigued as you sit, you have a couple of options. One is walk yourself to the front of your chair and press your feet down to help secure, let your legs secure, and this might help take some stress out of your spine. Or you can just go ahead and indulge in the fact that there's a back to your chair and, maybe even cross your legs on it. I don't know. See what works for you today. You want the spine upright, but without rigidity, because then you're just going to get tired and stressed out, right? So it's a very natural lift of the spine, simply, smartly, wisely, to just get some room in the midsection so breath is easier, right? If you're slumped, breath gets more compressed. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Again. One more. Feel the support of the chair underneath you. Of the ground underneath you. Realize it has got you. Any and pretty much all holding is futile as we are being held. It's just simply a habit to hold. So we release into the intelligence and wisdom guide of what's naturally occurring. In this case, we are seated on a chair, which is supported from the earth. And into the intelligence and wisdom guide of the breath as it flows through us naturally. No longer needing to apply pranayama, ujjayi, we can now let the tongue fall to the bottom of the mouth, relinquishing of the jaw and softening of the throat. Either letting the gaze go slightly down without collapsing the head, or slowly closing the eyes without clamping them down. And bringing our awareness inward to the breath as it circulates through the body. Growing our awareness here. And it is from that awareness that we realize, we come to the realization that we are all simply human. And let us be humbly human together for a few moments of quiet. And slowly and gently begin to draw more breath into the body and to let more breath leave the body. With mindfulness, draw energy in the body and release energy out of the body. Slowly bringing the hands to the center of the heart for Anjali Mudra, prayer position. Allowing this gesture to mean something very specific to you, this mudra, this hand position. And perhaps it is a gesture of humility. Perhaps it is a gesture of togetherness, right? As we practice, we find our humanness. And breathe in. May this practice be carried with us through the duration of the day. May we remind ourselves that we always have support to sink into. Namaste.